Welcome to Project Rhythm's video on how to record vocals. Now, in this video, you'll learn the mechanics of recording vocals over backing tracks for the purposes of generating melodic ideas, generating lyric ideas through freestyling, and of course, to actually record the parts you wrote for your song, whether they be singing, rapping, talking, beatboxing, whatever you want. Now, in this first video, we'll do a brief walkthrough of the mic setup. Then we'll go over step by step how to record your voice over a sample backing track. We'll also give you some ideas on how this technical knowledge can help you generate ideas for your songs. And finally, we'll address how, yes, singing in front of people can be scary, but actually facing your fears and expressing yourself will give you such an amazing feeling of accomplishment. As you can see, I have my microphone plugged into my audio interface or AD box and then into my computer. Now, if you need a refresher on this, just go back and watch the signal flow video. So let's take a listen to the sample backing track that I have pulled up here as an example. This is the beat that I want to record some vocals over. Now, in order to do that, I'll need to create a new audio track. The idea here is that each song I record gets its own track and Soundtrap. In order to do that, I will create a new track by clicking Add New Track, and then select Voice and Microphone from the menu that pops up. Now that we're all hooked up, I'm going to demonstrate how to start recording my voice. I'm going to demonstrate some simple navigation tools to get everything situated. For instance, watch how I'm scrolling through the timeline. This cursor here shows you where the sounds will go once I press record. So watch how I bring the cursor all the way back to the beginning of the track so that I can start recording my voice at the beginning of the loop. Okay, now that I'm all queued up, I'm going to press this record button and record what's called a scratch take, which is just the term for recording something to get it down, capture an idea before you lose the creative spirit. We'll revisit this later as a way to help you generate ideas, but for now, we'll just go over the mechanics. So go ahead and press the record button. Now, your browser might ask if it can access your microphone, to which you should, of course, click yes. Then you might get this question about whether or not you're using headphones. It's important that you answer this one honestly. It helps prevent feedback from happening. Now, having headphones for vocalists is definitely a must when recording a take. Vocalists have to be able to hear themselves over the music. But for now, just click that you're not using headphones because, once again, it's most important to capture the momentum of the idea. Okay, so I'm just going to make up a little phrase here. Let's just go with the idea, the sky is blue. I'm now going to press record to practice singing the line. Now notice that it gives me a count in so I know exactly when to start singing. When I'm done, I'll click the stop button here. Now watch as I go.
The sky is blue, the sky is blue.
So I'm pretty happy with this take, but I think I can do it better. So watch what I'm going to do here, and this is a very useful editing skill. I'm going to record another take, but save this one so that I can compare the two later. Now, to do this, you'll create a new track like I did before. Once again, selecting audio and vocal track. And what I'll do now is mute my original track by pressing this button here. Now, what it does is allow me to keep the first track in the exact same position, but disable it from playback. So now I can try another take without the first one interfering at all, which I'll do now.
The sky is blue, the sky is blue, the sky is blue, the sky is blue.
Okay, yes, I like this one better, so I'll keep it. Now watch me delete the first one by clicking on it and pressing delete. Now that I have the second audio track ready, I'll show you another awesome trick. I'm going to go back and record the same thing over the first to double the line and emphasize. This is a great trick that we recommend doing in your chorus of your songs. To do that, I'll drag the cursor back to the beginning where I want the new recording to go, and then just hit record. But before I can do that, I have to select the track so that my computer knows where I want my voice recording to go.
The sky is blue. The sky is blue. The sky is blue. The sky is blue.
Here's another editing trick. I can click on the section of recorded audio and drag it around. This is really helpful to line up your vocal recordings with the backing track. So let's say that The Sky is Blue is the chorus of my song. Now I'll demonstrate quickly how to record additional parts and move audio regions around to arrange my song. Now, right after this chorus ends, I'll record a verse, and I'm just gonna make up some words here so that you can get the idea. First, I'll position the cursor at the end of the chorus and then press record. Press stop when I'm finished. Here goes.
Homes in Montana, where a bandana. My spurs are of silver, my pony is gray. While riding the ranges, my luck that changes. With foot in the stirrup, I gallop away.
Great, perfect for now. Now check out this super easy way to add another chorus after the first I just recorded. I'll click on the first chorus I recorded, copy it by pressing Command-C, and then move the cursor over to the end of the verse that I just recorded and press Command-V. You can do this with any audio or instrumental region. When it comes to using the mic, whether for generating ideas or actually recording your ideas for the final song, it's always a great opportunity to practice getting out of your comfort zone. Now we get it. Expressing yourself through words and singing takes courage, and a lot of students take time to open up. And it's hard for anyone to loosen up if they feel like they're being put on the spot, which is why we encourage you to try getting into the zone, not on the spot. When you're on the spot, you're worried about what other people are thinking, you're in your own head, and you tend to feel more nervous. When you're in the zone, it means you're relaxed, you're comfortable, and you're focused on what you're working on. To recap, when recording the vocals, the role of the vocalist is to get into the zone. As we discussed, this takes courage and practice. As you know, the recording process is collaborative, which means everyone has a role. We think the role of the rest of the team members is to be supportive and empathetic of the vocalists. What ways can you show support? And there you have it. All the technical skills you need and the softer creative skills required to get the juices flowing. Now go forth and create.